You're in a toxic relationship with your mind. You listen to your mind be so mean to you, and then the second that your mind is nice to you, you jump on the bandwagon and you're like, yes, I love you, mind. You need to break up with your mind forever, no matter whether they treat you good or bad, because they treat you bad sometimes. Your mind is not nice to you like a lot of the time, but it keeps getting you back. It's literally like you're in a toxic relationship with your mind. The second that it's just a little bit nice to you, you forgive it. The secret is that you need to be conscious of your breath and ignore your mind, whether it's mean or whether it's nice. That's how you let your mind slowly die in peace. Okay, imagine you're in a relationship with a guy and most of the time he's not that nice to you. And then he is nice to you once in a while. What do? Do you take him back? Do you love him? I really hope you don't, okay? I hope that you know your worth and I hope that you understand what's best for you and that you actually break up with that guy and you end that relationship, and you have to do the same exact thing with your mind because your mind is not that nice to you, honey, and he doesn't treat you right. Your mind is not that nice to you a lot of the time, okay? So when he finally is and he finally gives you a compliment, that's when you have to look at him in the face and say, I'm going to be conscious of my breath and I'm going to ignore that compliment and I'm just going to go about my day with consciousness, and that is how you win. So how do you do it? You literally be conscious of your breath, and when you have a thought, just ignore it. Whether it's good, whether it's bad, whether it's I'm the fucking queen of the world, I love myself, I'm incredible, you still have to ignore those good thoughts. You cannot jump on that bandwagon. I know it's tempting because you finally feel good. But that's when it's so important to not strengthen the ego and strengthen the mind. And actually, that's how you completely detach from the mind, is when you start ignoring those good thoughts too. That's how you kill the mind, basically, by not giving it power and not feeding into it every time it's nice to you for once. So be conscious of your breath, and when a thought comes, just let it pass no matter what it says. And this is going to help you so much, because when your thoughts are mean, which maybe is not all the time, but it is sometimes, you're not going to feed into them as much and you're not going to think they're true, and you're going to really just become detached from your mind. And this is going to help you so much. Your thoughts aren't true. No matter what they are, they're just not true. Just completely assume that every thought that comes in is a bold-faced lie. Think of your mind as a pathological liar, basically. And you don't want to be in a relationship with a pathological liar, do you? You don't want to keep taking them back every time they're nice to you. Your mind has done nothing but treat you badly since the day you were born and belittle you and criticize you and tell you you're not enough. Now is not the time to be loving them and to be taking them back. I promise there's a whole other way of living where you're conscious of your breath and you ignore your mind, and hopefully you feel bliss and love. And the incredible thing is, the more you're conscious of your breath, literally the less your thoughts, less power you give your thoughts, and literally the quieter your thoughts become. Like, I can literally feel like my thoughts are so much quieter than they were a few years ago. You give them less and less power. And hopefully one day we'll all be enlightened and we won't have any thoughts ever again. Except for when you intentionally turn your mind on. So know your worth and do what's best for you, and start ignoring your good thoughts too. This is important, because then when the bad thoughts come, you are not going to give them any power. Think of your thoughts as though they are literally in German. Whether it's good or bad, just ignore it, because you don't understand German anyways. I hope that you can start doing this, start ignoring your mind and ignore your good thoughts too, because that's how the mind tricks you and that's how the mind gets you back in this little toxic relationship. So I hope that you start standing up for yourself and finding your self-worth, and you finally break up with your mind for good and start being conscious of your breath and ignoring every single thought you have, whether it's good or bad. I'm sending you so much love, and everything's gonna be okay. You're gonna make it, honey. Everything in its own time. You can't be everything you want to be before your time. Everything is happening in perfect timing, and you're gonna have a good life. And don't worry at all. The stars are aligning for you. You're a good person. You have a big heart, and you're gonna live an exceptional life. You're worthy of love. I love you. Sending you so much love.